Welcome, everybody, to the continuing project from Mongrel Politics on the straight reading of the United States Constitution. We're almost through the articles. I think today we're going to keep it short and sweet since the last videos were a little bit on the longer side. And again, the whole goal is to have these all be in bite-sized pieces. So I could probably plow through the remaining articles of the Constitution, but in the interest of, again, making it sort of searchable and usable in case a particular article ever comes up in the news, then you don't have to watch a 30-minute video just to get to the information that you might be seeking. So today we're just going to be covering Article 4 and 5 of the Constitution, which leaves only two more articles, which of course we'll cover next week. And then after that, we will start getting into all the amendments. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this project, ideally the goal will be that every single amendment that can be fit into a YouTube short will be put into its own standalone YouTube short. So you'll be able to look up the First Amendment, watch a less than 3-minute video, and know exactly what the Constitution says in the First Amendment, or the Second Amendment, and so on and so forth. So this should be the second to the last where we're reading the actual body of the Constitution, and then from that point forward, the project is going to be just making sure that we all know what those amendments are and making them easily accessible for everybody. So hope everybody's doing well. Sit down, grab yourself a drink, and let's just jump right into this and keep her short and sweet. So, Article 4 of the United States Constitution. Section 1. Full faith and credit shall be given in each state to the public acts, records, and judicial proceedings of every other state. And the Congress may, by general laws, prescribe the manner in which such acts, records, and proceedings shall be proved, and the effect thereof. Section 2. Number 1. The citizens of each state shall be entitled to all privileges and immunities of citizens in the several states. 2. A person charged in any state with treason, felony, or other crime, who shall flee from justice and be found in another state, shall, on demand of the executive authority of the state from which they fled, be delivered up, to be removed to the state having jurisdiction over the crime. 3. Note, this one was superseded by the 13th Amendment. No person held to service or labor in one state. And that would, to me, that's indentured servitude and things like that, which is a kind of a legalized form of slavery, indentured servitude. So that makes sense why that would have been superseded. And I'll be looking forward to getting to the 13th Amendment. So, as I was saying, no person held to service or labor in one state, under the laws thereof, escaping into another, shall in consequence of any law or regulation therein be discharged from such service of labor, but shall be delivered up on claim of the party to whom such service or labor may be due. I think that also probably would have pertained to like slaves escaping from a place where slavery was permitted into a place where slavery was not permitted. It's basically just establishing that if a slave ran away, that the state they ended up in was required by law to surrender them back. But again, this was all superseded by the 13th Amendment. Section 3, the new states may be admitted by the Congress into this union, but no new state shall be formed or erected within the jurisdiction of any other state, nor any state be formed by the junction of two or more states or parts of states without the consent of the legislatures of the states concerned as well as that of the Congress. 2. The Congress shall have power to dispose of and make all needful rules and regulations respecting the territory or other property belonging to the United States. And nothing in this Constitution shall be so construed as to prejudice any claims of the United States or of any particular state. Section 4. The United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a republican form of government, and shall protect each of them against invasion and on application of the legislature or of the executive when the legislature cannot be convened against domestic violence. Article 5. The Congress, whenever 2/3 of both houses shall deem it necessary, shall propose amendments to this Constitution, or, on the application of the legislatures of 2/3 of the several states, shall call a convention for proposing amendments, which, in either case, shall be valid to all intents and purposes as part of this Constitution, when ratified by the legislature of 3/4 of the several states, or by conventions in 3/4 thereof, as the one or the other mode of ratification may be proposed by the Congress, provided that no amendment which may be made prior to the year 1808 shall in any manner affect the first and fourth clauses of the 9th section of the first article, and that no state, without its consent, shall be deprived of its equal suffrage in the Senate. So, as I said, those are the two amendments that we're covering today, short and sweet and to the point. I could go on at length. You folks can reference back to the video where we covered Article 1 of the Constitution, because the Fifth Amendment specifically references those. Let's see here. What is it again? The first and fourth clauses of the 9th section of the first article. So if you want to say, hey, what are they talking about there? You can jump back and look at that. So, but that concludes this very brief episode of the continuing straight reading of the United States Constitution, 4th and 5th Amendments. Next week should be the 6th and 7th, and at that point we are fully into the amendments, and we'll take it from there. Thank you again for your time, your interest in the subject matter. I think it's extremely important for us in our country at this time to not only know and understand the rules and the framework that our nation is built upon, but that we, the people, have the most easy access in real time to the text of these documents, so that we can maybe have reasonable conversations about the news of the day or policy proposals, or the claims that are made by our elected leaders. So that we, the people, are as informed as possible, because the ignorance, and I include myself in this, we're all just people who are trying to make a living, that every ounce of ignorance that we carry with us are blind spots that can then be exploited by the very people that would have us be divided and arguing with one another about our culture or the way we were raised, and all at the expense of the general welfare and being of the American people. So I really do feel like that this little project that we're working on is important and has some value, and I hope that anybody who's watching this can see that as well, or that at some point in time it serves a purpose and is beneficial to you in helping you understand what is the right course for this country and our communities. Anyways, thank you all for your time. Appreciate you watching. Again, we're a small channel. We're a couple of working class people. If you can like, share, and subscribe, I'll do all the goofy YouTube things. And anybody you know in your life that you think would appreciate or get some value from this or our longer form conversations, which once we're through with this project, we'll definitely be getting back to. Don't hesitate to share it with them, and let's grow this channel and build a community of red and blue patriots, so that we can kind of help heal our country and get some more common sense leadership and just better conversations. All right. Thank y'all. Have a beautiful day.